Hey everybody. Quick thought, quick thing. We were supposed to have a play-by-play of the Nintendo Mini Partner Direct. Due to an unfortunate circumstance, the audio did not record, so you won't be seeing that. I do apologize about that. We tried to get it to work, and apparently it just would not click up. I don't know what happened, but it didn't. So I know we're gonna say that in this podcast that it comes up, but unfortunately it didn't. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the next vid. Peace out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin It podcast. Andre, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. I mean, I'm surviving, and there's some companies out there with some questionable things that they've been doing, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, like stealing your ideas. But that being said, I'm telling you, man, you gotta start trademarking that stuff. Get your 15% up front. Okay, people. So before we get started, yes, there was a Nintendo Direct Mini. We're gonna give a broad overview because we do have a play-by-play that will be up sometime soon. But yeah,
Give or take.
yeah, give or take. So it might be up right after this. You never know. It just depends on how fast we can get it rendered and all that. So just to let you know, we're just going to give our short overview during this podcast, but we have a play by play that's going to go up a little bit later after this. So just know that and be aware of that. That being said, let's go on and get that out of the way. Why is Nintendo like this? So nobody knows nothing. Then Wednesday, like the Randy Orton of the gaming industry, they decided to do a Nintendo Direct RKO out of nowhere. I
It just walked up out of nowhere and just dropped it on people and act like it didn't exist until it happened.
I'm like, nobody knows anything. All I know is I get a notification on my phone saying Nintendo just dropped a Nintendo Mini Direct. I'm like, no, they didn't. Like, nobody reported this. No, they didn't. Yet it is 18 minutes. Go watch it. You mother. So, yeah. Okay. Uh, all right. But this is, by their own admission, the last one of the year.
But
So,
hold on. The last partner direct of the
yeah.
year.
Yeah, last partner direct of the year.
Well, you gotta be specific because
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
might sneak another one in there that's all first party stuff.
yeah, because they were very adamant that it was the last partner direct. They made sure to say that like two times. I'm like, okay, weird,
They
but
said it at the beginning of it and then at the end.
yeah. So that being said, we did see some Bravely Default. We did see some Control. We did get the big one, in my opinion, was another Hyrule Warriors trailer and the demo that went live, which I will be talking with a couple of people about that a little later, sometime next week. I got a let's talk up for that one. But all this stuff, and I'm like, it was 18 minutes, and it was straight to the point. Had some good stuff in it. Uh,
I swear they make these mini directs so small, but they feel longer than they actually are.
yeah, yeah, they do. Because one of the bigger things that everybody was that wanted to know something was No More Heroes 3. And not only did we get a new trailer for No More Heroes 3 without Suda 51's head in the way, we also got No More Heroes 1 and 2 HD released. Didn't say nothing. By the time that direct was over, they were already in the eShop.
Yep.
Nintendo, I really want to do this to you. But I'm not. I'm not. Yes, I bought both of them. So you will be seeing gameplay of both sometime next week. Your
I,
thoughts?
okay, about the No More Heroes thing. I made that video 2 years ago.
Yep.
Back when we heard about Travis Touchdown coming out.
Uh-huh.
And they did pretty much exactly what I said,
I told you to trademark
but actually made it cheaper than what I said they should do. Because I said $25, they went 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Now I know something. Now I know what other games I got to do. I got to do something for Red Steel.
Please, especially Red Steel 2, please. Pretty please.
Well, had both of them. Had the first game set up with the controls from Red Steel 2, which would make it so much better.
Yeah.
And then have Red Steel 2.
Yeah. God, I love Red Steel. That was so good of a series.
So we also going to see if they follow up with. I just put the video out a couple weeks ago. The Conduit. I don't know why I was blanking on that. We're gonna see if that happens. But I liked the direct. It was good, but they definitely did stress that this was either the last mini direct or the last partner direct.
It was the last partner direct.
So of the year. So that means there's probably at least one or two more.
You think it's probably gonna be a full direct in December?
I have a feeling, yeah, probably, especially with the Game Awards right around the corner.
Yeah. Oh,
probably.
Let me go on and tell y'all now. So normally, since Games at Large is no more, and I would host that night via Discord. I have anybody who wanted to, they could come in, and we just joke and do a live watch along for the Game Awards. Well, the Game Awards this year is going to be on the 10th. That's on a Thursday. Unfortunately, I work now from 2 to 10. So even if I do start, I'm going to be late. I'm probably not going to get home at the earliest 10:30, 10:45. So last year, it went to what, 12:30, I think it was?
Yeah,
it didn't start till like 9:30 when it was supposed to start at 9.
Well, they had the little pre-show at 9, and then the actual award show started at 9:30.
So what I plan on doing, people, if you guys want to, as soon as I get home, I will start it up. I will leave the link out on Facebook and Twitter if you guys want to join in to that. If you guys want to, you can come in and we can watch the last hour and a half, 2 hours together. Because I don't know why they're doing this on a Thursday. I was hoping it was going to go back to Saturday, but because when they first started doing it, it was on Saturday, which was perfect. But now they do it on Thursdays. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be live. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be like online, like a virtual thing. So not going to be like at the Microsoft Center Theater like they've been having it. So I don't see them doing it live. And even if they do, I don't know why they would do that.
They would have been better off on the weekend, especially now.
Especially now, but it's on the 10th, and the 10th is a Thursday. So I'm just letting y'all know. You guys can leave a comment if you guys want me to do that. And you guys, like I said, I think we have, how many people we had last year? Like 10?
About 10 people in there.
So people would come in and drop out whenever. We just in there cracking jokes, having a good time. So that's pretty much what we do when we watch these. And it's not recorded, so you don't have to worry about that. It's not recorded. We just in here just watching the show and having a good time. So let me know if you guys want us to do that, and I will try my best to get that done. We just won't be starting on time like we normally do. It'll be at like close to 11 o'clock by the time we start. So
yeah, well, I mean, there's still plenty of time to be in there and rag on Jeff Keighley. So that's all.
Pretty much, yeah. They're pretty much, which is probably what's going to happen. More than likely, he's probably going to do something stupid again, and they complain about it. That being said, so Nintendo has done a lot of stuff for the Mario 35th. Well, Zelda's 35th is next year. So I want to ask you, if you're Nintendo, Andre, what do you do? Do you do something for Zelda's 35th?
If it was me, trying to be sneaky here, if it was me, knowing that we got the 35th anniversary coming up, and knowing that people have been requesting a couple games coming out, like a couple remasters, the first one I'd hit everybody with would be Skyward Sword. I would have Skyward Sword HD coming out. And then later on in the year, I'd hit everybody with the duology for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask in HD.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, slip all those right on the platform. And on top of that, I probably have a new game with a side story to it to fit in the Zelda universe. I just don't know what it would be.
Well, I agree with that. I think the perfect thing to do would be to do those. Matter of fact, the games that they talked about in Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Ocarina, They should all be on the Switch. Because
Yeah.
those are the games they directly talked about in that in the memories in Breath of the Wild. Now, I know that there are a lot of locations like some of the locations from like Link's Awakening, like Maeve Village, and some of the other locations from like a couple of mountain names are from Wind Waker. But the games that they actually discussed in the actual game was Twilight Princess, Ocarina, Skyward Sword. So those three should be HD remakes, or at least, and if you're gonna do Ocarina and Majora's Mask, use a 3D port,
Yeah, use the
3DS port,
3DS
please.
version.
Don't do the Ocarina of Time, please. Don't do the 64 port,
I don't
please.
at this point. I don't think they would because the 3DS versions
It just
already
looks
have
better.
all the enhancements that they need.
Yeah, and to be honest, it looks better and plays smoother. It just does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the N64 version, but I don't have an N64 controller to play it with. Kind of defeats the purpose. Just saying.
Yeah.
It kind of defeats the purpose. Like playing that the N64 version on the GameCube did not feel right. It
No,
just
it
didn't.
didn't.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind. I don't know what side story they would do, honestly, because there's so many to choose from. Especially like I said, like we've said a million times, Ocarina of Time has so many story threads they can shoot through. I would love for them to do the Sheikah one where they actually get betrayed and you can see the two factions, Yiga and Sheikah, how they break off and how it affected both sides. That way you can finally do a story from both points of view.
Yep.
You know, I personally, but yeah, I don't know if they would do that unless they already have somebody working on it and we don't know about it, which Nintendo apparently be doing and don't let nobody know about it, and
Yeah, they
somehow
be
it
look,
doesn't
they
get
be
leaked.
shadow releasing games on people.
Yeah, and it doesn't get leaked. I'm like, how in this age of social media does
Well,
nothing,
they found a way to shut people up. So
or they let everybody talk about all the bad stuff that they do, like when they shut down people's them fan games, them flash games that use their stuff, and they like, yeah, let them talk bad about us. We about to drop like 5 games they don't even know about. Like, they love when they do that. Like, yeah, go and talk bad about us. Yeah, yeah, y'all hate us.
misdirection.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you hate us, right? You hate us for shutting down this game that has nothing to do with what we trying to do. Okay, here's Age of Calamity demo. You still complaining? I ain't think so. Shut the hell up and play the damn game. Hell wrong with you. So yeah, I mean that's what it looked like to me when Nintendo be doing that. And I think it's hilarious because it works every time. But yeah, I hope they do something as a huge Zelda head. I hope they do something for the 35th, because the 25th anniversary, all we got was a orchestra thing, and I had to pay for that.
Yeah, people did have to pay for that.
Yeah, and then I didn't get no game to go with it. So please, just saying, work with your boy. So, all right. So let's see what we got next. Okay, so this subject has come up a lot because I hate Madden. Can we get college games back? Can we just get Arian Foster? I understand why you did what you had to do. I understand that. I completely understand that they use your likeness. You didn't like it because you couldn't get paid for it. I completely understand, but you kind of ruined it for me.
Mhm.
You ruined it for me, and a lot of other people too. So, all right, since you the game idea guy, please, how can we do this?
You know the bad thing is, it wouldn't even have to really do with the game side of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the rules that colleges impose on the players that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The colleges impose a lot of things on the players that don't allow them to make money while they are active in their sports programs.
That's
So they're not allowed to work to make money for things, but if they need to, they got to try to do it on the side and struggle and fight to do that instead of them being able to make something that at least could help them with cost of living while they're in school. And I'm not talking about a scholarship. I'm talking about just
yeah,
living.
because the scholarship is completely different. People don't
The
understand
scholarship
that.
covers
Yeah,
just school.
yeah,
It doesn't cover your
it
life in
covers.
assistance.
Yeah, it covers school, board, and meals when people are on campus.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
it.
it.
Like if you go into a bowl and school is out for 3 weeks because of Christmas, there ain't nobody on campus.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if
just
they,
keep
if
that in
there could
mind.
be something, if schools could change that, and then you know the game developers could actually make contracts with the schools, and the players that are on the teams actually get a stipend from that,
Yeah.
that would fix this issue. It legitimately, it has nothing to even do with the games themselves. It's just that, hey, the kids can't make money off of it, so they're not going to want people to use their likeness and make money off their likeness. I understand that.
So
They
here's
should
here's
be able
my
to make money off of it.
here's my whole issue with that. Okay, so back in the day, who got that money? Did the money just go to the school and the school just pretended like they didn't get nothing? Somebody got something.
I'm pretty sure they did. They got something out of it because there's no way that the schools let their students be used in that,
And
and they didn't
remember,
get paid at all.
they taking pictures of the bands, the stadiums, the cheerleaders. They taking pictures of all of that. So like,
Yeah,
it's
they
not
get
like,
paid.
yeah, somebody got a cut of something. Somebody got a cut of something. So if that's the case, then my thing is, if you one of them schools that say, you can't talk if you did that, because we got games all the way up to what 2012, 13, I think it was.
Yeah,
It was last college game, and we haven't had. And I like the college games better than I liked the pro games because the college games just seemed more fun. They seemed like they were just more fun. But
there's more. That's because it was more about the school spirit and stuff being in the
yeah,
game than it was the actual player career.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But they definitely need to set something up so that all these college kids that are playing ball in
Yeah, because
any college sports that somebody wants to make a game off of, they should be able to get something out of it.
yeah, and it's not like we're saying they should get $25 million.
No,
No,
but if
like
school's getting some money, a portion of that money should go to the players.
yeah, it should, because they bring it in, especially like a school like Ohio State
Yeah,
or Clemson,
they're the reason they're getting that money, so a portion of that should go to them.
Alabama, Tennessee. Come on, man. Miami, Florida State. Come on, man. Come on. Your sports teams are bringing you in millions a year, not hundred thousands, millions, and not just one. Not just football. Some of it, football, basketball, and baseball is bringing them in millions.
Like
So
hell, even like stuff like lacrosse is bringing them a lot of
yeah,
money.
yeah, because
Or
lacrosse has got
lacrosse
more
or
and more popular.
soccer,
Yeah, lacrosse
they
has gotten more and more popular over the last few years. So yeah, it's starting to make that money too. So like a lot of this stuff is making bank, and I just find it funny. Well, not really funny. I just find it sad that this kind of stuff happened. But then when you hear players say, "Okay, we should get something, or at least allow me to work," people quick to say, "Well, you got a full ride." I'm like, "Yeah, but y'all don't know what that full ride entails. Like, unless you've been to school, you have no idea how bad it is." And a lot of these players really, you know, don't have much
yeah,
outside of that.
a lot of many of them are coming from being part of small families, or they're like the first kid in their family's line
Yeah,
getting to college and they got a scholarship. So they're trying to take the opportunity and do something with it. Like, but then they don't get anything. They don't get as much help as people think they do.
mm-mm.
And that's what created this whole situation in the first place.
Yeah, because I think back in I want to say that lawsuit that because EA had to pay what $50 million, I think it was for
Somewhere in that area.
yeah, because Arian Foster he took him to like, look, man, y'all used my likeness because y'all came in for 2 weeks and took photos of us, in which I didn't understand why they used their exact likeness because back in the day it used to be just a generic model. They
Yep.
actually went and used true likenesses. I'm like, wow, yeah, y'all just got bold. Y'all just got bold with it.
The more access that they want to have, the more they should have to pay for it.
Yeah, true, true. That being said, I'm like, can somebody make like an arcade version? I mean, hey,
that ain't gonna happen until we can get all this stuff figured out, and that is
uh,
on the schools. They
hey,
have to change those policies.
hey, Nintendo, make a Super Mario college football game.
Gonna leave that one alone.
Hey,
Gonna leave that one alone,
it
right?
might work. It might work.
You do know I did do a video about a football game for Nintendo, right?
Did I see that one?
It's
I
on my.
probably,
It's in that pitch for Switch list.
I probably did see it. Okay, so be honest. Be honest. Now we got Mario Strikers Charged, and nobody said nothing. So if Nintendo comes out with a college football game
I'm
set
look.
in the Mario universe, would you pick it up? You know you would.
You would. Look. We've had Mario Strikers. You got Mario Tennis. You got Mario Sluggers. You had Mario Basketball.
Yeah, because
Football is the only other one that's really missing.
yeah, because the Mario basketball, they pretty much took NBA Street and just put it with Mario in the Mario universe, which was fun. It was crazy. It was completely insane, but it was fun. I mean, it made God knows it didn't make any sense, but it was fun.
Who said it had to make sense?
Nothing.
Look. They can do a Mario. They can do a Mario or Nintendo brand football. Then they could do a Nintendo wrestling, even though I don't know why they won't. They could do volleyball. They got a whole bunch of sports they could do.
Yeah, they really can because I just think it was funny because like a lot of people have been asking for another Mario Strikers Charge, and I'm like, you know what? I wonder why they didn't do that because it was fun. Mario Strikers.
I think that's the thing between Nintendo and Camelot.
And Camelot, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to talk to each source and find out, and they ain't gonna say nothing to me. So
Yeah, not until you do your video about it. Hint, hint.
they still not gonna say nothing to me.
No, but once you do it, then we'll get a trailer. So yeah, hint, hint. Andre, get to work. Andre, you know what you gotta do now. I got videos signed up.
Look, it's already been asked of me on Twitter to make more videos because it keeps happening if I make a video with a podcast. All right, look. I am not the funnel. Well, I guess I am the funnel of ideas, but it's not my job to make them do it.
No, it's not. But once you do it, for some impossible reason, it just winds up happening. Are we lying? I'll wait.
I'm not gonna say nothing on that.
All right then.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
So people, send in your Twitters to @GVGINU. So just let them know what all games he need to work on, so we can get that taken care of. Just let them know.
I mean, if people actually do send requests like that, I would do them. I will actually research the game and then do the video. So if you really want to,
yeah, no matter the platform, whether it's Sony, PlayStation, or PC, or Nintendo, just send them to @GVGINU. He'll get on that right away. It'll be done in about 2 to 3 years. It'll be done. Just letting you know. Give or take. Give or take how fast they see it.
Look now. If it so happens that Killer Instinct ends up on the Switch, then we know what happened.
Oh, when that one and Perfect Dark end up on the Switch, I'm looking right there at you. And Phil Spencer, because Phil Spencer swear it ain't gonna happen again.
That's why I didn't do the video for Ori and the Will of Wisp, because I knew it was gonna come out on the system, so I didn't see the point in me needing to do the video.
Yeah, there was no point. Look, Phil, just be honest. You want this stuff to come on the Switch so you have something to play while you're doing conference calls. Just be honest.
No, he ain't gonna want to hook his phone up with a controller.
He don't. No, he don't want to do that. So he got a Switch in there. So he's like, look, I'm on this conference call. It ain't video, so ain't nobody gonna be looking at me on Microsoft Teams. Let me pull this out. So yeah, I mean, those are jokes, people. Those are jokes, because some people getting mad right now. How dare you besmirch the name of Phil Spencer? Like,
I don't care.
Yeah, I really don't care. But yeah, whatever, dude. Think what you want to think. So next on the list. So, Assassin's Creed, Netflix is off the chain. Now, I don't know where Netflix getting all this money from, but apparently Netflix has 2 anime adaptations of Assassin's Creed and 1 live action one that they're going to do. I don't know what the anime adaptations are. Hopefully Powerhouse gets one of them. But we are getting 3 Assassin's Creeds from what I read. Now they've been doing a pretty good job on their anime side. On their anime side, I mean, y'all know us. We love Castlevania.
Yes.
E-
I'm not even gonna lie.
Even though I am a little worried now that Warren Ellis leaving, even though he did finish up season 4, thank God. I am a little worried with Warren Ellis leaving, but I like what they've done with that. So I'm a little bit more optimistic. I'm not optimistic on the live action. I gave up on live action for video game movies. I just gave up a long time ago. I gave up in the 90s. I just did. So there's no point. I gave up in the 90s. But on the animation side, I haven't really given up because every time they do an animation one, every now and then the animations suck. Like the Mortal Kombat one.
Mm.
And I'm talking about the one that came out in the 90s. I ain't talking about the.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
the one that aired alongside that crappy Street Fighter cartoon.
Yeah. Then Japan. Then they went back to Japan and they did Street Fighter 2 V because like they were like, oh hell no, oh hell no,
which was much better.
Yeah. So now you know where we're coming from. But Netflix though, they have been like, hey, look, this is what we're doing. Yes, it's not gonna be for everybody because we're not making. We have some stuff that kids can watch, but Castlevania ain't for them.
No, and please, nobody let your kids watch Castlevania. Do not let your kids watch that.
I mean, the most
not unless you plan on censoring every bit of gore, and that's gonna be hard to catch because sometimes it just comes out of nowhere on you.
Like I said, the only one you could probably let them watch probably the first season, maybe.
If you skip the first episode.
Yes, but the second and third season, you can hang that up. You can hang that
Especially up. At the third season. Especially
the
third season.
Yeah. Trevor Belmont, boy, a poet and a scholar. Yeah, he crazy. But I'm happy about this. Now I did hear another little rumor, and I normally don't talk about rumors just because I'd rather hear the actual or read the actual article. But supposedly, Netflix has gone to Nintendo about doing. Remember that animation that Imagi Studios put out? I want to say back in 2016, that 1 minute and 27-second clip where they had Link, they had Ganondorf in the minion trying to attack Zelda, and Link showed. Apparently, from what I understand, Netflix has gone to Nintendo about doing an anime of Legend of Zelda. But nobody said what happened with that. Nintendo, make it the freaking deal.
Look, like if y'all not gonna do it yourselves, yes,
get the money.
Let Netflix
get the money. Yeah, let Netflix do it. Make it, but I will give you this. Make sure they don't F your stuff up.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all have final say. Yeah, make sure y'all have final say. Don't let them Super Mario Brothers movie this. Don't do that. Make sure you have final say over it. But let them do it and just get the money.
That one hurt. That one hurt so bad. Why you gotta bring it up?
Because truth like rain, don't care who it fall on. So I mean, because if they do Zelda, my thing is if you're gonna do like Legend of Zelda, they got anime for it. They got the manga that Akira Himekawa does. There's your storyboards right there.
Yeah, I mean they had to tweak some things because newer information has come out for the stories, but
other than that,
wouldn't be too bad.
I would actually start with Ocarina of Time. You got 2 seasons. One season is the kid version. The next season is the adult. 2 seasons right there.
Yeah, and then you can lead that into Majora's Mask and have that be done.
And then you can just pick which one you want to do and just have a season for the game.
Yep. Well, with the Oracle games though, you'd have to split that into a couple seasons too.
Yeah, well,
because those are connected, but they'd have to figure out a way to make it so that that Link is jumping between both those worlds.
Yeah.
Because you don't know which one takes place first.
Yeah, and the thing about that one is you can just pick which one you want to do. Yeah. Honestly, you can just pick which one you want to do. So that's my thing. And if people watch it, which I think people will watch it and be receptive to, because once again, Netflix's anime department is boss until they get past season 6.
But I'm like, why y'all want to start with Legend of Zelda? Why ain't y'all go with Fire Emblem first?
Because I think I know why. You can, because Legend of Zelda, you can PG to PG-13 that. Fire Emblem,
Yeah, no, you can't.
kind of more on the
That's teen and up.
up. You're like Legend of Zelda, you can still play in that fantasy world where you got these awesome fights, but you can still get away with doing the violence because the violence is happening to like bokoblins and moblins. It's not happening to real people, so you can get away
And
with that.
as long as they skip some of the monsters.
Yeah, yeah,
Certain monsters, if they skip them, they'll be all right.
because there's a couple of them that they skipped in Ocarina of Time manga, like Bongo Bongo. They didn't show that, so I'm like, because that would mess people up. Now I would put it in there because I'm sadistic, but you know, I would, because I would want them to talk about that the thief that actually turned into Bongo Bongo. I would want them to talk about that, but like I said, that's neither here nor there. But if that does happen, if that is true, I'm hoping Nintendo's like at least listening to it, and if push come to shove, just do the Smash Brothers.
Give us that actual fight between Link and Pit, where Link was manhandling him right before Palutena showed up.
And they never showed the Palutena Link fight because Link was like, "I don't care that you showed up."
He turned around. I was like, "Oh, you the boss? Okay,
fine." Because I was tired of messing with this little chump. I'm tired of being this little talkative chump that won't shut up.
Pit thought he had it.
I'm like, Pit, you about to Pit? I'm like, Pit, this ain't gonna go the way you playing. This is Twilight Princess Link. He crazy. He crazy like, and he violent.
Dark Pit wouldn't even have picked that fight. He'd have been like, "Nah, I'm good.
I'm good." Yeah. No. Where Mario at? I get you where Mario.
That's messed up when you think about it. You would pick to fight Mario over Link.
Yeah. Well, that version. That version of Link, like I would rather fight Ocarina of Time Link. Ocarina of Time Link is just brave and courageous. Twilight Princess Link will kill you.
He's for.
Yeah, he ain't playing. He ain't with that BS. He's like, okay, do you really want to fight me? I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you really want? Okay, I'm not responsible for the death you about to receive. That's pretty much how that fight goes. And if you play Twilight Princess, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because there are two actually plagiarized scenes from Lord of the Rings that's actually in the game. We're not gonna talk about that though.
Let's keep that one quiet.
Yeah, how the hell you plagiarize an entire scene from Lord of the Rings? Really, Nintendo? Really?
Because they knew. Look, that was one of them. I dare you, say something.
Please. Go on, say it. Go on. Yeah, we took your scene and we did it better. like okay, like that dang, y'all really showing out. All right, Nintendo, I see y'all out here in these streets. If you're really wondering what we're talking about for a 14-year-old game, the first scene was the scene where Colin gets kidnapped, and it's basically from Two Towers where they had the Warg Beast fight.
Yep.
Link pretty much does exactly that, but by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what that is. Yeah. With no help. And he had to fight like 10 riders.
Somewhere between 10 and 12, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. And then it ended off with the Elden Bridge chicken fight. I like to call the Elden Bridge chicken fight. So, which I still think is hilarious to this day. And I still don't understand how that damn thing kept living. He kept surviving. I'm like, how the hell is this guy still alive? But, whatever. It is what it is. So, I mean, there you have that. So, next on the list. So, from the mini, we did get two games that was said could never run on the Switch. Control and Hitman. And we're getting Control and Hitman, but they're the cloud versions. They are the cloud versions of the game. My question is, now, Nintendo already did cloud versions of games because they did RE7, and I want to say they did Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but it was only over in Japan.
Yeah, only in Japan.
So my question is, one, why did it take so long to get over here? And two, so does this mean what everybody think it means, that the Nintendo Switch Pro will be coming out next year in March? That's a joke. All right. That's a joke. That's a joke. But yeah, because I haven't played Control. I plan on playing Control and doing a video, game capping it just to see what it's like. A good buddy of ours, Terminator Juice, he loves that game, so he has been recommending it. So I'm gonna try it out
Yeah.
On the Switch. I'm gonna try it the cloud version just to see what it's like. Cause I have a pretty stable connection here in the apartment, so I'm gonna give it a shot. So, but I want to get your thoughts on that. Like, do you think we're gonna see like more of that? Like maybe the
Yeah.
Call of Duty games get cloud versions ported to
I
the
could
Switch?
I could see that happening. Actually, well before I started my YouTube channel, back when I was doing articles and editorials and stuff, I had talked about that for the Wii U.
Yeah,
Like doing it back then because Nvidia had started showing it off with the Shield, doing streaming and stuff like that. And I was like, if Nvidia can stream hefty games to the Shield and the Wii U is better hardware in the long run overall, then I could see them doing that to get other games that people wouldn't normally play on there. Like, but Switch is the same situation. This is
yeah,
how you can get games on it without having to necessarily bog down the machine or pull resources from the game in order to be able to play it. Now, I wish there was a caveat to it where people could get a physical copy of the game that also connected to the cloud version. Like they would have a physical copy of the game that they could play on their Switch that would run on the hardware, but it could also connect to the servers and have a cloud version of
to
it.
get the enhanced
Yeah.
version.
So that
Okay.
way, if you can't get it online, if you can't be online with it, you can at least still play the game, even if it's at a lower quality. But then you could get online and connect it to the cloud. It'll boost the quality, boost the frame rate, and stuff like that, so you can get the full experience of the game. Which is something I'm hoping that CD Projekt Red will figure out with The Witcher 3, so that like, yeah, people can play it on the Switch without the additional effects and things, but then they connect it to the cloud,
And then, boom.
get everything that the other versions have. And actually that would be a really smart idea for companies to do if they did it that way, but I don't think anybody's going to.
Until
So
somebody figures it out. Until somebody
yeah,
figures it out.
it's mostly going to be, okay, well, we can put the game on here. We're going to do the cloud version, and that's the one we're going to stick with. Now, my problem with currently is that Resident Evil 7 and it was Odyssey, wasn't it?
It was Odyssey. Yeah, it was Odyssey.
Those could have been ported over to, not ported, those could have been localized to the US, but they haven't been.
Yeah.
They could still do it. And
Which
now
I
also in Phantasy Star Online, they can do that with.
Yeah, which I didn't understand why they didn't do it since Ubisoft loves Nintendo so much. I'm like, and they showed it work. Like they showed it work like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like,
Do it.
okay, then you have a fan base over here, Ubisoft. You already know this.
It's more money for them, but
Yeah.
it's something that they have to dedicate the time and the teams to, and they're not willing to, and it's just not going to happen.
Well, right now Ubisoft got a little problem called the Speaking Up movement, and half the execs are gone. So yeah, they can't.
That's true.
So right now I'm surprised Watch Dogs Legion got out, but I'm surprised. But and not making light of the situation. I'm just saying, like, when you see the amount of people that they had to fire, and we ain't talking about like little people, we talking about like HR and executives that had to, like, you ain't got to go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here, you know. So yeah, I'm like, dang, bro, y'all had to pretty much clean shop. So yeah.
Hey, maybe that's why we got the No More Heroes 1 and 2 so quick.
Because I don't think they had to go through. They didn't have to go through Ubisoft, did they? Or did they have to go?
Yeah, yeah. Ubisoft still owns the licensing to all of it.
They do. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought somebody else bought it.
Nah, they working with Suda, but they still own the licensing.
Oh, okay, all right.
But that would make sense as to why it happened so fast. Got to make some money somewhere.
Actually, you might be onto something with that Red Steel, then, because there's a way to play No More Heroes 1 and 2 with the Joy-Cons. I hadn't tried it yet, but I was gonna try it a little bit later just to see how it plays. Because if it plays good, I'll just go to that instead of. I don't mind the Pro Control. I don't mind the Switch Pro Controller. I really don't, but I prefer. It's just something about the Wii Remote and Chuck with that game that just made it feel.
It would feel so much better.
So I'm gonna try the Joy Cons out on it because if the Joy Cons work, I mean, hey, let's get it, But like the Pro Controller is fine. If you got a Pro Controller, it's fine. It plays. I played both of them. It's fine. You can play with them because I think they just used the PS3
Yeah.
version.
Well, PS3
So,
or the 360, either one.
yeah. So it plays fine. Um, but yeah, so you might be on something with Red Steel. They might Ubisoft might because they still own that, right? They still own
Yeah,
the
they
license
still
to
on
Red
Red
Steel.
Steel.
Yeah. So hey, you
Look,
might be on to something.
I wouldn't even be surprised if Zombie showed up on the Switch.
Yeah, I wouldn't either because I never. Side note, people, I'm finna go off on a tangent. I never understood why in the world they put that on something on those other systems. Cause I'm like, dude, the game was built for the Wii U. The gamepad was awesome with that game. That's why I'm like, because I actually played it on the I actually played it when it went to uh 360, I think, I believe.
Well, Xbox
Not
One.
Xbox One,
Xbox
Xbox
One or
One.
PS4.
Yeah, when I actually played when it went to Xbox One. I was like, this ain't fun. This
It
just ain't
could
fun.
be. It could be, but it's not as fun the same way. It just isn't.
But it was made for that gamepad, and I'm like, I don't want to play this without. That's why I'm like, I know people want Xenoblade Chronicles X so bad on the Switch, but I'm like, I don't want to play this game without my gamepad because I need my gamepad sitting right here so I can do what I need to do while I'm playing with my Pro Controller and doing what I need to do. I don't need to be like constantly going back and forth to the menu. I don't want to do that. Let me tap and let me play. It literally took like I got so good at that. I was doing this on the side while okay, I'm good to go because I knew everything was. I knew all the button places was. So I'm like, yeah, I know y'all want it, but nah, man, I need that gamepad. Some of them games on there, I just need the gamepad for. Just facts. I mean, I'm mad now that I had to hit the damn plus button every time I go to the damn menu. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like Nintendo, y'all had me with the gamepad. Why am I doing this? Can y'all give me an app to just go to all my games so I can just do the menu from there? I'll put it on my tablet. I got a tablet. I have a tablet. So
I made a video for that too.
yeah, in 2 more years we'll probably have that. So get out. So two more things to talk about before we get out of here, and one of them is, dude, look, I love my Halo. I like Halo. It's one of my favorite game series. I'm not gonna even front. I don't really care for the multiplayer in Halo. I play it from time to time, but I don't really care for it. I'm more into the lore and the story. And this kind of hurt my heart a little bit. I don't know what the hell going on in the 343 Studios, but another director has left Halo Infinite. So I don't know when this game coming out. At first I was like, okay, they're probably gonna come out in second quarter, somewhere between April and May, just to like April and June, just to like, because I'm like, there's no way they're gonna keep this game on the blocks till the holiday season when you know you got a new system out and we don't know what these other games are gonna do, especially when you got Everwild, who they also lost their director too this week, but they don't know what that game's supposed to be anyway, so I don't even know why they even brought that up. So I was like, okay, so what the hell is going on? But nobody will say why he left. It makes me think some BS went on, or something he did something he had no business doing.
There's a possibility.
Yeah. So, so do you think they have major problems at 343, and do you think that it's one of those situations where Phil probably gonna have to step in and be like, look, man, we got to get this game done. We got to get this game done. Like
It might be, especially if it being one of the bigger games of this coming season. It needs to be done.
Yeah, like I've already said this a million times on this podcast. I don't think these systems should be coming out because Phil Spencer made another little statement that, hey, look, there's going to be a gap between, you know, sales of the actual consoles S and X. So I'm like, wait a minute. So y'all really don't have that many, and I'm pretty sure Sony's sitting the same way because both of their factories are located in China. And I've been telling people for months, I'm like, look, China had to shut down 3 times because they kept having spikes. So if they had to shut down, that means those factories are closed. There is no way in the world they will make the consoles. And I don't think they had. And you could tell by people getting mad because mysteriously their Amazon or their pre-order is disappearing.
Yep.
Because I just don't think they had that many.
No, they
And
don't.
I really think, especially after what Phil said, like there's gonna be a gap. I'm like, this is not gonna end well. That's why I'm kind of glad I'm not trying to get one because I'm like, this ain't gonna end well. Because look, we got a lot of stuff coming on still on Xbox One X, S, and Series S. They're saying it's coming out on all of it because they don't have a choice if they want to make money. Some of these games they don't have a choice. Like, yeah, Miles Morales is coming out on the PS5, but it's also coming out on PS4 because they don't have a choice. They got to make money, and they know they're not going to have a lot of PS5s out in the wild. So there's that. But what do you think, man? You think there's something wrong in the Kool-Aid over at 343?
I mean, they've had their issues back and forth since they've taken over with the Halo franchise and been getting everything going. So I don't know. Like he could have just left because of frustration, or he could have actually had a situation develop that just messed with him personally, and he left. I don't know.
But this is the third one. You're like, okay, what the hell is going on? What the hell? Because the second one left because of creative differences, supposedly. He left because of creative differences. I don't know what that means, but because I understand what it means in terms of a movie. I don't understand what it means in terms of a video game. Because aren't y'all also be on the same page with a video game?
Sometimes that happens. Like one person's idea is in conflict with another one, and if they go one way, it means that they have to take it a completely different direction than the other person wants. And it might just be like, look, this is the hill I'm ready to die on.
Well, you can't add a beach volleyball version to Halo, okay? You just can't do that.
Nah, we don't need that. They got Griffball anyway.
We talking about Koei Tecmo style volleyball. Dead or alive. Dead or alive style. No, 343 has not hired anybody from Koei Tecmo, all right? So you don't have to worry about that. At least not that I know of. Oh God, is that what happened?
I hope not. I really hope not.
I really hope not too, because that was really a joke. And now that I'm thinking about it, that, probably is what happened. But here's just the crazy. I'm saddened because I am a Halo fan, and I'm like, I was really looking forward to this game because I was gonna get that when it came to Game Pass, and just like then when I got my Series X, I was just gonna go and buy it. But yeah, people, I think I'm gonna go with the Series X next year sometime. I think I'm just gonna go with the Series X. After looking at it, I'm going back and forth. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a PS5. I think I'm just gonna go with the Series X. I just it makes more sense for me personally, just because I can use my controllers. It doesn't matter what controller I use, and on top of that, I'm fully invested in Game Pass. It just makes more sense from a economic perspective for me. So
this is all personal perspectives. That's what people need to not get agitated because one person bought a console they didn't want them to buy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're finna lose everybody that loves PlayStation on this podcast. They're probably finna unsubscribe now. So I do apologize for that. But
well, I mean, not necessarily because I mean,
bad.
Personally, if things work out for how things are for me, I'll probably be getting the PS5 because I don't have a PS4.
Okay, so y'all can stay. So yeah, y'all can stay. There we go. See, he getting a PS5, I'm getting the Series X. See, and we both gonna have Nintendo because we just fanboys like that. At least that's what y'all gonna say. We just ain't gonna care and look at you and laugh while playing Smash Brothers and talking about barbecue sauce. So that being said, I think that's what our last Smash Brothers game was about, right? Barbecue sauce.
It was barbecue sauces, steak, and alcohol. So yeah, that was the conversation was around.
Yeah. If you ever play Smash Brothers with any of us, yeah, those conversations get weird, and usually about food and alcohol.
Yeah, food and alcohol.
Yeah.
You find a lot of that in the conversations.
Yeah. Just saying. And by the way, we don't take the game seriously, so yeah, we don't care who wins. We're probably just gonna. I know I'm never playing on another one of your stage creations. I know that much. Have me playing all the kind of crazy ass mess you be coming up with. That being said, people, we are at the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. But before we get out of here, we do want to talk safety tips because we do have those consoles dropping soon. And I'm just gonna be honest with you because I had to buy a brand new PC for my job because I had to upgrade my PC because my older desktop was just not gonna cut it, so I had to upgrade. And the guy at FedEx, I was supposed to sign off on it. He left it on my front door, did not knock on the door, did not text me or call me. He just left it and left. And I was supposed to sign for it. So, people, I'm telling you right now, if I wasn't home, I would have been highly upset.
And there's a chance that you would have lost, that somebody could have just walked by and swiped it.
Yeah. So luckily I was home and I just happened to have to go outside. And when I look down, my Dell PC is like, I'm like, what the? I'm like, I was supposed to sign for this and I didn't sign for it. He just left it and left. So if you are getting these consoles, if you are having it shipped to your home, please have somebody there because please have somebody there. Please track it. Make sure you know what time it's supposed to be. Because sometimes now they have been doing a good job with USPS and UPS because they'll send you text alerts and say, okay, we 10 stops away. Okay, we're should get there this morning. They'll give you like set time. So just have somebody home that way. As soon as it drops, you can go outside, get it, and put it in the house.
Yep.
If you have to go because you just got to go to a midnight thing, if you got to, people, please, 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 I cannot stress this enough. Do not park at the back of the parking lot where there's no lights. Please don't do that.
Be as close to any lighting as you can.
Yeah, don't do that. People know. Trust me. You think people don't know when these consoles coming out? People know. And if they weren't able to get one, some people are going to be prowling. I'm just going to be honest with you. Keep it 100. They're going to be prowling. So don't go and do not go by yourself.
Nah.
If at all possible, if you just got to go because you got to go at midnight, go with a group of people. Take 2 or 3 of your friends and go with that crazy friend that you know down for whatever and looking for an excuse. They're not going to mess with him or her because they don't know that person crazy because they're going to be talking crazy the whole night.
Yep.
Trust me. So, but in all honesty, do not go by yourself because some people who go by themselves, they targeted first too. So just at all times, just be aware of your surroundings because it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, it's not worth it. You getting hurt over a console ain't worth it. Some people don't care, and that's just the truth. So unfortunately, that's just what the world we live in. And if you don't know how to defend yourself, please don't go by yourself.
Mm.
If you pre-ordered it, you ain't got to go at midnight if you pre-ordered it because they should have your copy there.
Yeah.
Because you can sue them if they don't. Because that's the whole purpose of a pre-order. That's why when people start telling you you should never pre-order something, you should tell them to mind your own business. And when you start paying my bills, then you can tell me what not to do. Because when you pre-order something, the company has to keep it. I think GameStop's thing is for 48 hours. So it's Best Buy. You have 48 hours, come pick it up. Now, after the 48 hours, it goes back on the floor.
Yeah.
So, but most times it's like 48 hours. So just if you got to pre-order, go during the daytime. Don't go at night. Just go during the daytime. People are less amped to do something during the daytime. Now, also, just be like I said before, and I'll end it with that. Just be aware of your surroundings. Just be aware of your surroundings. And if you go get them, have fun with your console. Like I said, I'm not getting nothing until at least next holiday. That's the earliest I'm getting anything, and it still might not be then. I might not get nothing until 2022 because they're probably gonna have an upgrade to that at some point. So I don't see myself like because I did do the day one for Xbox One and PS4, and then 2 years later, PS4 Pro and Xbox One X and S comes out, and I'm like, you bastards. So I'm really hesitant on doing, on going out and getting it day one because I don't plan on chunking down another $400-$500 in 3 years for a console. I'm just not planning on doing. I don't plan on doing that, to say the least. But anything you want to add?
No, I mean, you covered everything I would have said. It's just if you're going out there to go get them, be as safe as possible. Go with more than one person. And if you order them online, make sure you got somebody around to bring them in the house, because if you leave them sitting out, you get that one nosy person that just happened to see it sitting there, and there's nobody home. They are swiping it.
Yeah, that's just true. And if you need to, Walmart got a sale on baseball bats. Just saying. Just saying, you never know when a Louisville Slugger will come in handy.
I'm gonna leave
for
that.
RBIs.
I'm
for
gonna leave
RBIs.
that.
Some people like the World Series.
RBIs.
What? So yeah.
We're gonna be going with HBAs after this.
Yep, and also that last part was an actual. I can't even say that was a joke. That was true. I'm sorry. That was true. Yeah, go get you a baseball bat. Look, I ain't even gonna lie. Protect yourself. I know I'm not supposed to say that because we're supposed to be like love everybody and all that. Yeah, get you a baseball bat. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's podcast. Be on the lookout for our play-by-play of the last Nintendo Direct Partner Direct, because we're probably getting another one. Be on the lookout for our play-by-play. Also, we'll have the audio up. We are live on Google Podcasts finally, and so Google Podcasts, Spotify, and I forgot the other two that Anchor put us on. So if you want to hear the audio, just hit up our Anchor link in the description or it's somewhere on the banner. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just hit up that Anchor link and you'll see where all it links to. So we're trying to be everywhere for you people. Andre, anything you want to pimp out?
No, just doing my normal videos and watching whatever comes true from the videos I put out. That's all I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah,
if more happens, it happens.
75% of his videos actually come to light. Hey, Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto. That being said, people, please be on the lookout for my No More Heroes, as well as No More Heroes 2 first chapter gameplays. I'm not gonna play the whole. Y'all know me. I'm not gonna play the whole game for you, but I am gonna put it out so you can see what it looks like. I know I said I was gonna have Torchlight up, but Nintendo dropped the Direct. It is not my fault. So Torchlight will be going up next week as well. So just so y'all know, I'm gonna try to get that Let's Talk for the demo play for Age of Calamity up sometime next week if I can get the person I want to be on it with me to give me a time so we can actually do it. But other than that, that's what I got planned for next week. Also, I'm close to getting the website finished for the Geek Life community. Once that is finished, and I might just go and just put it out there in the wild and just make improvements while it's out. So I may just do that. So just be on the lookout for that. Hopefully, the plan is to have it up before January, but I might have it up before December. I just don't know yet. It just depends. So it depends on how much I can get done and how I want to do it. So it's coming together nicely, a little bit anyway. I haven't done any webpage work in a while, so it's taking me a little longer than I thought it would. But hey, it is what it is. So thank you for watching. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. And as we always say here, love, peace, and soul. Oh yeah, and Wakanda forever. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.